Lord, I praise your name for all of my life. You are the air I breathe, and you raise me up on high. The sound of your voice is sweet and strong within me. To leave this cave behind and to rise for heaven's fire. Though the earth has quaked beneath, though storms and fire roar, though dangers all around, your voice is calm and sure. The orbit of the stars and the limits of the seas, you set in perfect order, and in your arms I'm free. There is no fortress nor stronghold that can stand before the power of your voice. No condemnation nor affliction can stand before a faith that fights in joy. Storms come to a whisper when they hear the voice of the Creator of all, the purest of all things is your word, the shield of faith that keeps us standing tall. There is no fortress nor stronghold that can stand before the power of your voice. No condemnation nor affliction can stand before a faith that fights in joy. Storms come to a whisper when they hear the voice of the Creator of all, the purest of all things is your word, the shield of faith that keeps us standing tall. The purest of all things is your word, the shield of faith that keeps us standing tall. The shield of faith that keeps us standing tall.
A blessed good day to you all. I am here in our interview room, and today I'm going to interview Candice. Candice,
Hi.
how are you doing today?
I'm blessed.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Candice, tell us which kind of addiction you had before you come to the Universal Church.
Before I came to the Universal Church, I was addicted to cigarettes and marijuana. I was heavily addicted.
So for how long?
I was addicted since the age of 16.
16.
Yeah, 15, 16.
And Candice, who introduced you to?
Well, no one introduced me, but I saw my brother smoking and I was interested in trying. And from then, I started to smoke cigarettes. And from the cigarettes, I moved on to marijuana. Yeah. And that's where my addiction started, from seeing my brother in the house, you know, rolling his weed and his cigarette and stuff. That's where I started to
And
smoke.
how many joints of marijuana you used to take a day?
Well, a day, I would like smoke 100 piece.
100 pieces?
100 piece.
And
That is
where-
what we call it in Trinidad. 100
Uh-huh,
piece. It have 20 piece. It have 5 piece. And I would buy the 100 piece and I would roll out about 20 roll-ons.
And how you used to get the money for you to feed your bad habit?
Well, at that age, I was going to school from around 15, 16. I was going to school. And I used to get transportation money. And with that, I used to have a little extra. And out of that, I used to save and buy
So
like
you-
20 pieces. So I started off small.
So you used to save money
Yeah.
to buy your marijuana?
Yeah, from my traveling money. And
Do your parents know about it?
no, she didn't have any idea.
She didn't know?
No, my mom, she didn't have any idea. And whilst going to school, I met someone who was a drug dealer. And he was living in the community. So while I was going to school, you know, I met that person. And well, then I started to get marijuana free. So before I go to school, you know, I would stop and line with him and I would smoke. And while I was coming from school, I'll stop and line with him and I'll smoke before I go home. And he used to give me to go home with, like, you know, some weed and stuff to go home with.
So many times I used to carry weed to your house and your parents they
Yes, she didn't know. She didn't know. And whilst I was addicted to, I used to sneak out the house. I used to sneak out the house in the night to come and meet the person where he lives, and we'd smoke. And wee hours in the morning, like close to like around 3, 4 o'clock, I would go back home before I know my mom will get up to go to work and stuff. So I'd sneak back in the house and lie down like if, you know, I was home.
So your addiction, it was, I can say, very strong. Like
Yes.
that urge to
Yes.
smoke was so strong like that you even used to deceive your family.
Yes,
In
yes.
order for you to smoke.
Yes.
And do you remember the worst moment of your life?
The worst moment was when I started to get abused from the person, the pusherman who used to
They call pusherman.
yeah, the pusherman.
Okay.
Let's call it pusherman, or the drug dealer, or the drugs man, as it's called it. And that person, when I was in that relationship with him, he was abusive. And he was unfaithful and stuff. And that was the worst moment of my life, is when he strangled me and do me a lot of things. And I would take it because, you know, of the addiction. You know, I would look past that. Yeah.
And when you used to smoke, how you used to feel the effect?
The effect is like out of this world. You'd feel like you're just high. You know, you'd feel relaxed, a kind of relaxed feeling, you know. You have no worries in the world. You have nothing to study. That's the kind of feeling I used to get, a high, you know, relaxed kind of feeling.
But after the effect gone, how is it feel?
After the effects gone, well, I wanted to get more. I wanted to always feel that way, you know. So it become more addiction, more feeling for it, more feeling for the weed. So when I get over that, when I sleep it off and I wake up and I eat, I would feel for another weed. I feel for another smoke.
And can you tell us, if you had to calculate how much money you spent smoking, drinking, feeding your bad habit, can you give it to us, the amount?
I would say maybe over 15,000. It could be around that. Because there's 20 piece, there's 100 piece, there's 50 piece. So, you know, I'd buy that. And it would last me sometimes less than a day, and I'm feeling for more weed at the end of the day, you know, in cigarette and paper and the weed.
So have you ever tried to to quit it, get rid of this bad habit?
Yes, I've tried. And, I tried before and it failed. And the urges you get, you don't want to be around somebody who addicted and you're trying to stop smoke because you'll find yourself falling back into it. So with that now, it's like a withdrawal kind of feeling. It wasn't an easy feeling. Yeah. It was, you had to make up your mind to know that you want to change and come out of that kind of lifestyle.
There are many people, Curtis, that they say that addiction you can control, but there is no cure for addiction. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Today, can you say that you're cured, that you're totally free?
Yes, I am totally free. And the cure, there's no physical cure, I would say. But there is a spiritual cure.
This is exactly what we are going to talk in the next block. Okay? So those of you who are out there and you have any problem with addiction, because this was addicted about 9 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So Kadis used to be addicted for 9 years. When we come back, the next block, she's going to tell us how she overcame her bad habits.
Yes.
And those of you that have been suffering with addiction, or you have a family member who is addicted to something, give us a call. 389-9880 or 709-8062. I'll be back with you in a few.
There is a longing only you can feel, a raging tempest only you can steal. My soul is thirsty, Lord, to know you as I'm known. Drink from the river that flows before your throne. Take me deeper, deeper in love with you. Jesus, hold me close in your embrace. Take me deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. I just want to love you more and more. How I long to be deeper in love. Sunrise to sunrise, I will seek your face. Drawn by the Spirit to the promise of your grace. My heart has found in you a hope that will abide. Here in your presence, forever satisfied. Take me deeper, deeper in love with you. Jesus, hold me close.
Well, friend, welcome back to our interview room. Kadisha just said that she used to be addicted about 9 years to cigarette, marijuana.
Yes.
I think that marijuana was your weakest point.
Yes, it was.
So, Kadis, how did you find out about the Universal Church?
I found out through my mom, and I used to come with her, and at a point I stopped, but then I ended up in a relationship with the same addiction, and I started to get depressed in the relationship because I see that my life was not moving forward, and some people from the Universal Church in Arima was evangelizing in the Valencia area. And one of the women, I recognized her face, and she knocked, and when I looked out, I saw her. And at that point, I felt like God was calling out to me, because at that point I was very depressed and I wanted to come out of that. So that when she gave me the invitation, I took it, and I accepted, and I cried out to God. And I begged God and I asked God, I said, Father, help me. I don't know if I'll go back and smoke, but I need your help and I want to change. And I got the strength and I determined that I have to come out of this relationship with this person who is also addicted, because I asked him if he would change his life as well, and he was not willing. And I determined and I made up my mind. I left that person and I started to go to church, because being around him was causing a conflict as a person going to church and he was not, and abstaining from the things that I used to do before, and he was accustomed getting that lifestyle that we were having, and it became a problem, and I moved out from the apartment and I went back home by my mom, and there is where I started to build my life, started to go back out to search for work and stuff, and I did place my life on the altar. And when I placed my life on the altar, God opened ways for me to come out of that addiction, to free my mind from it, because I was very depressed. I was in tears in church. Every service, I could remember I was crying a lot, and asking God, and I made up my mind and I said, I'm not going to go back to that lifestyle, because it was not profiting me anything. It was making me, my appearance was deteriorating, my body weight was dropping, and I was out of it. Until a point like I was getting a nervous breakdown because of the addiction. You know, it messes with your mind a lot too, because in marijuana, there's different types, and there are some types that sometimes if you're not strong mentally, you can lose it. You can get a nervous breakdown. And I believe that I was getting into that point because of the addiction. And I gave my life to God, and I determined that I'm not going to go back to that lifestyle. And God changed me a lot. My appearance changed. People who see me now can't make me out. They say, that's you? Candace, that you? You're looking so different now. You're looking so nice, you know, this kind of thing. Girl, keep it up. Take care of yourself. You know, people give me comments, and I am so glad that God took me out of that.
If you could describe your life in one word today, how is your life right now?
My life is in God's complete hands. That God is my foundation, the reason that I wake up, the reason that I breathe and I live. God has transformed my personality, my health, my financial life. He has freed me from hurts and pains, you know. And I am so glad, to the point of tears, because of the transformation that God has done for me.
So today you're no longer addicted?
No longer addicted.
Today you are totally free?
Totally free.
So today, can you say that addiction has a cure?
Yes, addiction has a cure. And that cure is seeking God and making up your mind and putting your life on the altar. That you're not going to look back and go back out there.
For those viewers, Cadiz, who have been faced the same problems that you used to face before, smoking, weed, maybe crack, use cocaine, gambling, what kind of advice could you give to them?
I will tell you, viewers out there who are addicted, addiction is a road to death. Because the people I used to be around, they are now dead. The relationship that I was in before, and that person who I was asking to change his life and come serve God with me, he's now dead. Friends, women friends that I have, I lime and smoked with, I see them whilst I'm at work. I saw her face, and I said, look at that. That person could have been me. Because she was a friend of mine, and now she's dead. So I would give the advice to those who are out there. Give God the chance to change your life, because addiction is a road straight to your grave, to hell, to death, spiritually and everything. Put your life in God's hands, because that's the best place your life can be.
Cadiz, thank you so much for your participation. I hope God keep blessing you more and more.
Yes.
And if they would like to speak to you, which church, which branch are you going?
I'm at Arima, number 11 Devonish Street, between Rattans and Pennywise upstairs.
Okay. And here in Port of Spain, we have a treatment against addiction. Addiction has a cure. Every Sunday at 3 p.m., I would like to invite you to come and join this treatment. You don't need to pay anything. Number 40 Soft Care right here in Port of Spain. If you'd like to talk to us, you have our numbers available for you. Cadiz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Let us go back to our program. Thank you.